Salam everyone, hope everyone is well. I've not been on camera for a few videos, but I'm back. I'm in Seb's setup in his room.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice setup you got here.
Active.
It's not bad. But what we're going to do is, we're going to do, if the title's not giving it away, we're going to do Volkodav versus Kangal. Now what we mean by that is, we've not got like specific categories. Well, we have, but we haven't. But it's just going to be a comparison between the two breeds, because a lot of people in the comments, when we have a Volkodav on there, people are like, oh, the Kangal's better at this, the Kangal's better at that, and vice versa. Yeah, what do you want to start with?
I don't know, but these videos are fun because in the comments they're going to go at war with each other.
Yeah.
The Kangal fans are
we've got Kangal fans and Volkodav fans, and then we've got like people like, oh, what do you mention this dog? Like, we'll mention everything, but at the moment we'll do Volkodav and then we'll go from there.
Let's start with Thingy first. Something very simple for the dog is.
Well, what are the dogs first? Because some people are going to watch this video and they're going to be like, well, what's a Kangal? There's a few minority of you. So quickly, the Kangal, it's a livestock guardian dog. It's based in Turkey, and then the Volkodav just translates to wolf killer in Russian, but it's actually a Volkodav shepherd dog, which originates in the Caucasus, so all that area over there. That's also a livestock guardian dog. So you were saying about...
We'll go with the size differences between the two, and I know a lot of people in the UK always want the bigger dog or whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll go for size.
So firstly, I think when it comes to size, a lot of people get confused about Kangals are huge dogs.
Yeah.
If you search Kangal on Google, for example, you'll get Malaklis, Anatolians, and anything in between come up. So firstly, Kangals are not big dogs. They are big, but in terms of livestock dogs,
they're not big. Yeah.
They range between 75 to about 85 centimeters.
Max.
That's max. Anything bigger is an anomaly, or it's probably got some sort of mix in there. And in terms of weight wise as well, they're probably looking about high 40s to about 75. That's winter weight. Whereas the Volkodavs, because it's so diverse, the bloods and like the completely different sort of war game we're playing when we talk about Volkodavs. Different regions, etc., differentiate how big the dog is. But a quick range, 75 again, but they can go up to a meter at the withers. And weight wise, yeah, they can be high 40s like the Kangal, but they can also go over 100 kilos. Because in Russia, everything in Russia is bigger.
Yeah.
So predators are bigger, dogs have to be bigger, everything is just stronger there.
Yeah.
So when it comes to size, if we're just talking about size alone, the Volkodav would win.
Yeah.
Win that, I guess.
Win,
but we're not having a winning game here. We're just
having a comparison of the two. Next one is agility and maneuverability of the breeds, which is...
It's probably Kangal.
Yeah, if you have to pick one, we'd probably take Kangal, but they're both very agile dogs. Even the Volkodav, you get up about 90 kilo or whatever, don't let their size fool you. They can move for a big dog. They can be up to 90 centimeters, a meter tall, and they can still move.
They're not going to have the agility of a Kangal. Yes, you will get them, like when we saw like Volchuk, or there's a few other, I can't remember their names, but I can remember Volchuk's name. Even Zalim as well. Big dogs. Well, Volchuk's light.
Yeah, we say he's light, he's not. He's still a heavy dog, that's what I mean, yeah.
65 kilos, and Volchuk wasn't big. Volchuk was around high 70s centimeters to the withers. It's not a big dog, just like a Kangal. That dog was agile. That's a Volkodav. So it really just depends on. If we were to just go by percentage, there's more. The Kangal's gonna be more agile than a Volkodav because Volkodavs can be a lot heavier, and obviously the bigger the dog gets, the less agile it becomes.
But like I said, don't let that size fool you.
Yeah.
For a big dog, these are, in my opinion, it's a kingpin of dogs, isn't it? But for this topic, we'll give it to the Kangal.
Kangal wins that one.
Next,
speed as well. If you want to talk about speed, agility, and speed, Kangals are really fast.
I prefer Kangal though. The Kangal one, the quickest dog we've seen, man.
But Barbosa, when he was running, he would carry some ground for a big dog.
He still wouldn't keep it with Destan and Talas. Those two were rockets, man.
Yeah, they were
them two were rockets. I'd give that personally for a Kangal.
Like I said, it depends on it.
Yeah, of course,
A lightweight Volkodav will be pretty much the same as a Kangal, but a lightweight, it has to be of good, like it has to be raised well, whereas a Kangal, they're just naturally going to be quicker.
Yeah.
That's just genetically how they were born. Whereas the Volkodovs, there's a slight difference in.
So if we go off percentage, would you give it Kangal?
Yeah. So
We'll give the speed and agility to Kangal.
yeah.
Next one is strength.
Strength, I would give it to the Volkodov, 100%, just because of there's a cap on. I know, like we shouldn't. Well, yeah, we know what. Yeah, we will, because if you compare it to humans, the strongest people are the heaviest people.
Yeah.
The ones that can lift the most are the heaviest people.
Yeah. The strongest in fighting stuff is
heavyweights.
Yeah.
I'll always win. Even though the lightweights probably have more talent than that, the heavyweights, not all.
No,
lightweight,
but
you
no.
know what I mean,
Most times, the heavier the thing, the stronger the thing. That's how you should keep it. It's the same with the dog game.
Kangals, they get capped at 75 kilos. And
anything over that is unhealthy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the right word. Anomaly. Is that like a?
You get anomalies where you get one that's like massive and he's
but
like
that's
built.
very rare. That's
very
not
rare.
common. Yeah.
Whereas the Volkodov, they can, like Roy for example, who was when we were there was about 105. That dog had some strength on him.
I said in the Volkodav video, they don't pull you. They just lean forward and they pull you.
Yeah.
It's like the body weight will just carry you forward.
Which makes you think if you're walking that dog and it wants to go somewhere,
it's going.
It's walking you instead of you walking.
That's what I
it.
said. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be careful. Like they're serious dogs. But like I said, don't get me wrong, Kangals they have
stupid
got
strong as well. Yeah.
They have insane strength. But I'm comparing the best to the best.
And if that's the case,
Volkodov wins the strength thing.
Yeah, Volkodav will win the strength thing.
Age, when it comes to age on these dogs, age is pretty much similar.
Yep.
They're both livestock guardians in general have long lives because they're natural dogs, they're landrace dogs. You're not gonna get like they're not being like if the breed hasn't been messed around too much with people, like in terms of breeding, for example, some of the Western breeds, they'll have long lives. Maybe you can get
14 upwards.
Yeah.
14 upwards is what our cap is.
Yeah, I've seen a few that were like over 20 years, like 22 years, which is, like I said, that's rare, but you can get over 20 years in some of these dogs.
As long as they're looked after properly.
Yeah, and they're off the process, like I know we're not talking, it's completely off topic, but processed food is bad for everyone.
For everyone.
Yeah. So these kibble companies and that you know, the food that we give our dogs, if we give them kibble and that, most of them got processed stuff in there, which deteriorate the dog's health. Whereas if you give it a natural diet, which these people over in Turkey and these people in Russia and in Central Asia, wherever you go in, like in Eastern Europe, you'll realise that the food that they're giving these dogs are
just straight raw.
Just natural foods.
Yeah, natural food.
Yeah. And you can see how the owner is. The owners are natural, they're healthy, jacked people, and then obviously the dogs are gonna, be the same. So I would give it. I think that's just even to be fair.
Even for that one, fair enough.
I think livestock purposes, if you're looking at the ultimate livestock guardian dog, I would say it's the Kangal. I would have the Kangal over the Volkodav.
That's gonna cause a lot of pot stirred in the comments.
Because even Tamerlan said.
But that's not common. That Tamerlan at least is someone who knows about the thing.
Volkodovs, yes, they can be good livestock dogs and amazing livestock dogs. Generally, a lot of people ain't using them for that purpose. If you use it for its actual purpose, which is Volkodov testing, and then use those testing dogs, that bloodline, for livestock purposes, you're gonna get a wicked dog. For example, Kabard, the whole Kabard family, Kabard 3, Kabard 2, Kabard, all of them have been raised through livestock. That blood's continuing and they're all livestock purposes dogs. But there's some people that have these dogs that have them in gardens, for example, that have been not around livestock. Yes, if you raise a pup from young, it's gonna be, it'll adapt to, naturally. But whereas the Kangals are just
naturally.
That's what it's been bred for. Kangals ain't been
bred for no testing. They're not been bred for, their job is look after the livestock.
Yeah, they're pack dogs, so they're just gonna be working all day, and they're not as heavy and not as big, so they can last longer in that sense.
I have said this in one of the other videos, because I've seen a comment, but we're very Kangal biased as well when it comes to it. But I think on this topic, without no bias here, it still makes sense for the Kangal to be the winner, you'd say, out of who the better livestock dog is.
Livestock guardian dog, we'll have Kangal. Okay, now moving on to the next thing is, which is something that a lot of people like to know about, is which ones actually will come out on top between a Volkodav and a Kangal, because I think that needs to be mentioned as well. Just out of, it's just one of them ones, isn't it? You just want to just talk about it.
Who's a stronger dog out of the two? If the two are in a pack, who's taking charge?
And I'm talking about like a prime Kangal, like the best of the best versus the best of the best Volkodav. The Volkodav's going to obviously win, just because it's just, let's be straight. Volkodavs are just bred to be that sort of dog, to be better fighters. Kangals are not bred to be fighters. They're used they're more designed to be protectors in the sense. They can fight. Kangals are. No,
they'll fight, but in this topic, they'll back down quicker, let's just say, in the sense of, because it's a pack dog, more pack orientated. If he realizes there's a hierarchy and a dog's putting dominance on, they'll accept it a lot quicker than a Volkodav would, where a Volkodav's going to try giving it back a lot more. Yeah. Therefore, I think we put Volkodav.
And cultures are different as well. The way Russians have done it is to do the Volkodav testing, which is basically get the most gameness out of these Volkodavs, these dogs, breed them over time so the gameness stays, and then use those dogs for livestock purposes. Whereas the Kangals, the way that the Turks have raised them is completely different to that. They don't do testing. They just put them out in the field, and the best survives, survival of the fittest. And what Seb was saying was right. You know, in terms of if a Kangal was to get into a confrontation after about 15-20 minutes, it's gonna stop. That's why you don't ever see them at tests. The ones that you do see are just anomalies. Most of them don't have enough game to continue, because they're thinking, why are we doing this when we're not bred for this? We're bred for protecting and making sure that we're in a good stable position to carry out the work. Whereas the Volkodavs are bred to have just game, and you know, you'll see some that will just continue until death. Some will stop depending on what, and then so I think just the Volkodav will be the better.
In the pack, the Volkodav will take over.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
In terms of cost, I think similar, but I think Volkodav's more expensive to maintain. When it comes to diet, I don't know what.
Well, actually, even to buying the dog in the first place,
the buying thing is
logistics.
The thing is where you're based in the world as well. If we give you a price here and you're from somewhere like Russia, you can go get one from your neighbour for 100, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say on how much the dog will cost you. In terms of cost, a Volkodav can munch and eat food like he's not got a stomach. They can eat quite heavily, and if not controlled, you'll have an obese fat dog. Same with a Kangal, but they restrict themselves a lot more, in my opinion. When they're full, they're full.
The Volkodav's got a bigger frame to fill into you. So if you get like a lightweight Volkodav, you'll probably have a similar diet to a Kangal. Whereas if you have like a Roy, for example, or a Barbosa, those dogs, they're gonna just want to eat, and it's just normal. A bigger person is always gonna eat more because it's got a lot more to energy needs to burn for.
But I'd say out of the two, if you were to put the percentage down, the Volkodav's gonna cost more when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just on average, basically.
I think the next one we'll do is man stopping. Which one's the better man stopper / guard dog? Because we've got to take that into account. Some people want these dogs not even for for livestock purposes, which is all right. Yeah. I want to use them for guarding purposes. I think Kangals, for me, Volkodav's the better man stopper for a few factors, because I think appearances, for me, when it comes to guarding, I think the first thing I look at is the appearance of the breed and the presence of the dog. Naturally, most people that, like if someone's going to come and rob you or something, or someone wants to, attack you in the street, if you have a massive dog, chances are
they're not going to.
If you've got a big dog in your garden or in your property, chances are they're not going to come anywhere near. Just the first intimidation is going to scare them off. But Kangals have been bred naturally to be just deterrents, and they're open in the villages in central Turkey. They're just free roam wherever they go. So they've been designed to be good with everyone, but just know if someone's giving them, any bad energy or anything. Whereas the Volkodavs, they're usually more isolated. They're not really around many people. And when going from both Turkey and to Russia, I was more into it. We were more intimidated to go near a Volk. There was a amount of people that whenever we went to their houses, they were like, "Yeah, don't come near my Volk because it's gonna do something."
Yeah.
Whereas a Kangal, only like there's like a few.
There's a few.
That's it.
A rare few that done it, but the Volkodav's for.
Yeah.
Volkodav wins that one. For the man stopping power, big dog, big nasty guy.
I'll do the last one, and you can talk about it. It's just just general ownership of it.
General ownership of which one? Again, I've got a bias towards Kangal, but if we're looking at it, you need more, in my opinion. Again, we're going off UK based because we live in the UK, and I know a lot of audiences in the UK as well. This sort of dog needs space to run. Both of them do, but the Volkodav's a dog that if cooped up for too long, its legs are going to be pointing one way and the other way. Its hips are going to be mouth. It's just going to cause a lot of issues with it. Similar with the Kangal, but because of the size and whatever other dog, that doesn't play as much of a factor compared to just with the Volkodav. In terms of, I'm going to say the right word, adaptability, yeah, and how they can adapt to an owner. Both dogs basically work around your schedule, so
I think it's equal.
Yeah, if it's one of them ones, if you're laid back chilling at your house, both dogs will happily suit with you. If you want to go out and take them for hikes, they'll both go do that with you as well.
So I think for that one, it's like really
similar.
It's a similar, and it kind of depends on you, which one you want to
take.
Yeah. And the last thing, which is just between me and Seb now, is which one are you picking?
If I had to pick one,
if you could have one dog now
for the rest of my life.
For the rest of my life, you can't change the breed, whatever. You're just gonna stick to one. Which one are you sticking to?
Volkodav. For me.
Yeah, same.
For me, I've got my reasons.
I just want the bigger, badder dog. That's what it is. I'm just that type. I'll just.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Like it's like when you want to have a car. Yeah, you don't want to be driving around in a Prius. You want the best version of the
You
car.
can't compare it to Kangal to a Prius, man.
No. I'm not comparing it to a Prius.
Oh, that's sad. That is.
No. Okay.
Why would you have a Porsche 911? Let's say, why would you have a Cayman GT4 RS, or you could have a GT3 RS?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say Kangal and Volkodav ain't in like a different category.
That's not different. That's not really a different category. That's a similar category. Same thing, but it's just got more things to it. It's just a slightly bigger.
It's what everything. A Volkodav is everything a Kangal, but
a little bit more,
a little bit stronger, a little bit more like what you want.
Yeah.
And with a Kangal, I think looks shouldn't really come into play in it when it comes to a dog. Okay, it should, but it shouldn't. Like if you're buying a dog, there's a bit of you, a percentage of you that's going to look at the dog and be like, you know what, I'm going to choose this one
100%.
over the other one just because of the way it looks. With a Kangal, when you come to a Kangal breeder and you want to buy a pup, they all look the same. There'll be the odd that's a bit lighter with the markings, or one dark with a darker mask. With a Volkodav, every pup's different.
Yeah,
everyone's going to grow up looking a little bit different. So, which gives you a bit more of an element of like excitement. And, yeah, so I think Volkodav. But that's it for that video. I mean, it was nice to be back and filming. It was alright, isn't it?
We're on like this. If you like this sort of video where we do a dog versus dog sort of video, we list out these sort of attributes. Attributes, right word?
Yeah, and it's like, what's our take of two breeds? I didn't know. I thought he was going to say Kangal because all video has been saying he's biased towards Kangal, but he said Volkodav at the end. So we can do like, I don't know, one on like a Dogo Argentino and a Shih Tzu.
Yeah, or like a Jack Russell and a fucking teacup Yorkie or something.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, put it down in the comments.
But yeah, hopefully you like the video. Make sure you like, you comment. Let us know this video's. Do you like the video? Do you want?
They want to see a room tour. Of the original room.
I'd clean your original room.
Original room, not this one. This one's fresh.
This is bod job.
This is bod job room at the moment. But I'll happily record a bod job, so when the real setup's done, I'll show them. But they want to see the setup room.
Maybe I'll show you. Yeah.
Actually, nothing. Okay, nothing. Yeah, that's fine.
Anyways, Allah Hafiz.